Today hello, Gilbert. This is I like this card because this is my face of what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, that's okay. Let's start with a joke. All right, a Gilbert Gottfried joke.
A man goes into a bank. He goes into a bank, goes up to a white-haired lady by the desk and goes, "Yeah, I want to open a fucking bank account." The woman goes, "What did you say?" He said, I want to open a fucking bank account." She goes, "You better watch your language or I'm going to get the manager." He says, "Why? Because I want to open a fucking bank account?" So she storms off, gets the manager. Manager walks over to the man and goes, "What seems to be the trouble here, sir?" And he says, "I want to open a fucking bank account for $500,000. And the bank manager says, "Oh, and is this cunt giving you a hard time?"
This was the perfect joke. Gilbert handpicked this joke from all of his albums. He guided me to it this morning, and he said, "Well, go ahead, Gilbert. That's the kind of thing you're dealing with, that crazy psychic person, right?" And she has a problem with you because she claims to channel, I guess, the rock stars, right? She doesn't say anything about me, not yet. She probably won't, right? But her biggest problem when she first saw you was that John had written a comic strip, and they used the word cunt, right? And she said, "There's no way this Lena person is involved with John Lennon because he would never use the word cunt," right? Which shows her, everyone in the world really should show them that she doesn't know what she's talking about. And that should have been your dead giveaway. But then you found something else out last night. John guided you to what she claims is him. She channeled him to write a book with her. And the name that he supposedly gave himself in this book was, go ahead, Lena. Demon John, right. That's not me. I would not call myself a demon. Yeah, she claims to be like this kind of like a holy person or divine working in divinity, and she gives the John Lennon character the name Demon John. Yeah. Is there such a good thing as is there such a thing as good demons? Well, let's look at my card for a minute. Right. Journey. Everybody, okay, Rado, journey, getting in tune. Everybody's journey is different, okay? Lena and John made these cards themselves. Look how nice. This is not my only card, by the way. Lena has like 8 Gilbert cards. Yeah, Gilbert is a very, very powerful saint. Yeah, he's a very powerful saint. So, yeah, that was immediately when you saw that. John showed you that. Then that was the clincher last night after you turned in and finished all your videos and finished writing what you needed to write about your experiences of the day, right? But then again, whoever heard of such a thing? This woman is claiming uh, that John is out there looking for a drummer for his band, for his rock star ghost hippie band, right? That he's hoping by winter to hire a drummer. What the fuck is that? I know. Lena has been John's musical channel since 1980, since he crossed over. She has the goods to prove it. She has a lifetime experience of performing and recording before an audience, folks. And she's all over YouTube, streaming on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere as Linan and Lennon and Gate 18. And Gate 18 is their portal, if you knew anything about her out there. And yet we know, Rabbit, that you're watching these videos and that you're afraid of Lena and that you're very intimidated by her. Because she speaks the truth, and now you're starting to second guess everything that you've been shown. because it has gotten you nowhere. Not really. And the spirits that you're talking to, they don't have a plan. There's no plan. They're just stringing you along, sucking you dry of your energy. The only useful thing that has happened from your public exposure, as far as your life is concerned, is that you were shown the real John Lennon, who is the Christ light, through his twin flame, the earthly twin flame, Lena. And that's it. Bottom line. Gilbert, you sound so serious. Yeah. That's all there is to say about this. That's all there is to say about this. Nothing more, nothing less, so. But today is a day of I'll try another card if you like, and then see how you feel about moving forward. All right. Thanks, Skill. Yeah. Oh, I love this one. This is EDIE. Hey, that don't mean you have to knock me down. No, it's all right. Oh, sorry. It's not all right. All right, don't sweat it. EDIE. You may know her from Grey Gardens. She's also Daniel Johnson's twin. Of course, my twin flame was my wife. Right. Yes. Okay. Daniel Johnson's twin flame, EDIE of Grey Gardens, and I love this. Hello, Edie. I love this card. What they didn't know they were dealing with was a staunch cat. Yeah, she thought you were a pushover somehow. This one. She thought you were just going to roll up and die and go away. No. Doesn't work like that out there, Rabbit. And we call you Rabbit because there's another, a real channel for John, and her actual name is Bunny. But your name happens to sound like Rabbit. So John, that's John's humor. And he's got us all calling you Rabbit out there because you're just bouncing off the walls. And there's no real message. There's no real message. If you go back and look at any of your videos, there's no real message. What are you saying, Gilbert? She has no use. She's at heart, she's a Jew. From a fellow Jew out there. Oh, God. Sometimes a lot of Jews have a great sense of humor. Some of them take themselves way too seriously. She's of the latter variety. She takes herself way too seriously, and she spends a lot of time feeling sorry for herself. And also not being open-minded, and also being rather rude and inept when trying to, or not trying to hear what other very talented channels have to say. Lena's got it all on you out there, Rabbit. That's the truth. That is the truth. She's a much older soul than you, and she has much more spiritual cloud under her belt. It happens to be the truth. Just because she has a great sense of humor and has fun doing holy work with John, don't be misled and not take that seriously. It makes a lot more sense than any of the crap you're throwing around out there. None of your messages make any sense. What's your card, EDIE? Out of the chaos comes recovery. That is a wake-up call. This has been a wake-up call for that person. Lena and John have woken a lot of people up out there. And some of them go kicking and screaming. And some of them are good. And they handle it okay. But believe me, some of them go kicking and screaming. And they never... And now I don't want to wake up. I want to be in this little la-la land that I've created for myself here. With counterfeit spirits. And here's another thing I want to say to you, Lady Rabbit out there. You always say that your first intuition, your first gut feeling was to turn the counterfeit spirit of John Lennon away when he invaded your AOL account and tried to contact you that way. You thought he was an imposter. That was your gut feeling. That was your true truth. He was an imposter. You sent him away. He went, but he lurked. And he waited until you were at a weak point after you had lost your husband. And then he insinuated himself back in your life. And you welcomed him because you were lonely. But it's not John. Your initial intuition was correct. He was a counterfeit imposter spirit. And everyone he brought in with him is not the real thing either. John Bonham, George Harrison, now you're saying Tom Petty. We notice that you're adding names whenever you see Lena's videos. You say, oh, I want to say that one too, and you do that. But none of them are the home team. They don't come onto your channel because your channel is tainted. You are, you dabble with witchcraft. That's a tainted channel. Your methods of divination are corrupted because your mental stability needs healing. And until that heals, and believe me, I had a lot of healing left to do after I crossed over. But I started on the path while I was still down here in a big way. And I know you're trying out there, but by disrespecting Lena and John's journey, it's not the way you're going to get there any faster. And it's not going to make your journey any truer. You are, at this time, on a very confused path. And you can talk up, down, and sideways about the fact that you're doing great. But we see you. You're struggling. There's one, right? Right, that's another thing. She talks about everybody getting along and operating as one, but yet as soon as she heard about Lena, she's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Leave me alone. I never want to talk to you. Do not talk to me. I do not talk to you. I will not talk to you, and that's that. But I want the whole world to get along. And hey, you can't have it both ways, lady. Rabbit girl. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You got to open up your mind and open up your heart, or else forget it. Lena's not afraid of you. Why? What are you afraid of? Do you think that this girl, this lovely woman here is going to hurt you somehow? What, with her truth? With her companion? You know, with maybe her camaraderie? Compare notes on what your psychic experience is like compared to hers? Are you afraid that she's better than you somehow, and that's going to take away from your ego, your self-inflated opinion of your status, talking to the rock stars? When you're not talking to them, you're not talking to them. There's a reason why you're not musical. There's a reason why you don't know how to play instruments. There's a reason why you don't know how to do any of the things that the rock stars do, because you're not in with them. They're telling you that you are, and they use flattering terms like, "Oh, you are our guitar. We play you like a guitar." Yeah, they play you like a sucker. They don't play you like a guitar. They play you like a sucker. That's what they should be saying. We play you like a sucker. We're taking your energy. We are, sending you down some lonesome road. And that's a lonesome road you're on right now. And you've said it yourself. I am all alone in this. No one, what, Lena? Well, I've often felt you've never felt alone. All right, you're right. But this is an unusual path. Yeah, your path is not the same as hers. You never feel lonely. She cries about being lonely. I've never heard you cry once about being lonely. You have Christopher, you have us, you have your own wonderful mind that keeps you occupied all the time. You are always doing, thinking. You have Mother and Father God. That's another thing she does not even dignify or talk about. Does she ever praise? Pray when you get online. Say your prayers. Lena does it all the time. That's who you have to thank for any kind of holy connection. Not just your own wonderful self, that you're so great that you can do this thing. Channel a bunch of phony baloney nuts who say they're John Lennon. Because there's not just John. There's not just the John Lennon. There's not just one, I should say. There's a bunch of them. They goof around. They take turns. They're like a revolving door. They don't just do it with you, Rabbit. They do it with all... Hey, Wabbit, you listening? They do it with all kinds of crazy channels like you. The ones who brag about being channels. The ones who brag about, try to be big shots in the psychic medium world. They have a field day with you. They do the same thing with Ghostbusters who use EVP machines. They do the same thing with people who use Ouija boards. It's all the same. They have a fucking field day with you. Is that what you want? You want to be a sucker? Go ahead and be a sucker. I don't care how many books you wrote. If you look at those books really carefully, they don't really make much sense. Go back and look at them. They don't make much sense. The John Lennon character had you running around, traveling, going to some weird place. Do you think that John Christ would do that to anyone? Make them run around and do all these weird things? Go live in some house that you didn't know anybody and... Hey, listen, all I'm doing is giving that information right back to you. You have talked about your life and what the spirit of John Lennon apparently made you do. That's not John. That's a bunch of fucking yodel head, low vibrational spirits down here saying, oh, let's have fun with this one. And sometimes they do really fucking bad things. Sometimes it's pretty kind of harmless. But one thing that they are very, very good at is flattering you, telling you how special you are, telling you how they only trust you and they don't trust anybody else because you're so special, you're the chosen one, which is what they have told you. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Yes, indeed. I couldn't say it any better. You're the chosen one. You're our guitar. We play you like a guitar. Meanwhile, the woman does not even know how to read a note of music. She doesn't know how to play a note of music, but she's flattered because she thinks John Lennon is calling her a guitar. And meanwhile, she is a sucker. This is a wake-up call. That's what this is. Lena doesn't give a damn whether you talk to her or not. Believe me, she does not. She likes making friends, and she makes them, and she's very good at making them, but she doesn't need to be around someone who doesn't want or need her companionship or friendship or solidarity as a fellow psychic. But you're not really a fellow psychic in the sense that Lena is. She's a spiritualist. You're a hokey dokey. You're what we call a hokey dokey out here. And this is tough love. And we know you can handle it because you don't stop watching these videos. And for somebody who says, oh, I can't talk to you, I cannot dissociate with you, I'm busy helping the spirit world, well, you spend an awful lot of time lurking on Lena's video page. So maybe you better go help somebody and find someplace else to lurk. Because I know you ain't going to like this video. And, oh, ain't that a shame. Sean? Gilbert said he was going to get tough today. Yeah, he did say that. All right, Gil. Praise be God and Mother. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
A man goes over to his wife and hands her 2 aspirins and a glass of water. She goes, what's this for? I don't have a headache. He goes, good, let's fuck.